You have to decide when you want to start.
You're highly welcome. Okay, so you're highly welcome to Future Setters Institute's Youth Development Show. And today we are going to be interacting on the topic steps in coaching for startups. So a lot of young individuals don't know what coaching is all about. Feel they are coaches, but they don't know what it truly takes to be a coach. So today, a lot of you may not really know what Future Setters is all about. Future Setters is an institute where young minds are going to achieve leadership, personal development, and work ethics. Currently started a youth development show for quite some time now, and I believe you've been following the episodes. It takes place by 3 p.m. West African time every Sunday. So we look forward to having you subsequently in our youth development. I'll be welcoming our speaker for today in the person of Dharshani Sivakumar. So Dharshani Sivakumar, you're highly welcome. Are you there?
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so I do apologize to everyone watching for the network. I believe it's a bit stable now. So let's listen to Dharshani as she speaks on the topic steps in coaching, where she shares some points from her experience. So Dharshani, we are with you.
Thank you so much, Victor.
Feel
And
free.
good evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon. I don't know from which part of the world you'll be watching this or you'll be watching this later. You know, I, there's something which always ignites the fire inside me let it be one-on-one coaching or let it be group coaching or let it be for anyone who requires coaching and training is one segment which is already always that ignites that fire in me. Okay, I need to keep doing whatever the circumstances is. Coming back to the topic for the day, coaching for startups. I think today you can see a lot of startup entrepreneurs or startup owners or startup employees doing different things. But coaching for startups can be a game changer, especially when in their early stages where clarity, direction, and execution matters the most. First, let's understand you know, how startup coaching, what it includes, what it needs, who needs it, what it covers, how to find the right coach, or let it be me itself. First understanding your client is the first stage to any coaching. This any coaching client, let it be startup or let it be a student, let it be an individual, let it be a leader, or let it be an entrepreneur. But you know, uh, there's one uniqueness when it comes to coaching is that many a time there are times where we open up open-ended statements, open-ended conversations, or open-ended questions which will leave the client thinking, okay, this is the line where I'll have to start thinking what needs to be done. Where in startup coaching is where your coach guides you, or I guide people where for founders or startup or team for their teams to make strategic, operational, and personal decisions. Many a times you find consultants giving their this thing, solutions to people, but somehow coaches empower founders to find their own answers. Not only founders, let it be anyone in the field, or let it be anyone in the client, while offering frameworks or case studies or accountability or perspective to what the clients need. But before we do anything, before we start anything, first we'll have to be clear with ourselves that what we want to do. What is the product? What is the idea? What is it? Are we clear about it? Do you have any other competitor in the market who's dealing with something similar? What is their USP? Having that market research is also equally important. It's equally important. See, it's not about proving to other people. First, we need to prove ourselves. Because before you come into your career, before you come into your professional space, first we need to prove ourselves that we are capable. Because see, it starts from your belief system, it starts from your mindset, it starts from your attitude. Everything starts internally. That's where it starts. Coaching can be taken up by anyone, but spending that good quality amount of time in understanding your clients or what your client needs. But it's not about what you offer, but what your client needs. I repeat that again. It's not what I want to offer as a coach. It is what the client need, what I have to offer. So that's a difference. Are you asking yourself the right question? Many times we don't ask the right question. We ask the wrong question and search answers in the wrong place. Many times don't we do that? Even I also do. I'm not saying I will not do. But sometimes it's through the process which many a times we learn a lot of things. With a simple example, take this particular institute or this particular platform, Future Setters. Victor must have started from somewhere with some idea, with some vision, with some mission. Vision and mission takes time to be to be curated or created. But in what idea you have started something? First, you need to understand what is the idea, what is the mission you want to accomplish, what is the vision of your brand, what is it? Is it a product? Is it a service? What is it that you're planning to offer back to the society? Then comes your leadership team. Developing the leadership team, but also with that, it's not just about your IQ, it's also your EQ, emotional intelligence matters. Who's gonna do the team hiring? How are you gonna find the right fit employees for your company? Or what is the checklist to identify those things? See, the session can be a little thought provoking, but this is where it starts. But one simple thing you can take this as a note. As your goal is set higher, back of that or following that, stress is also going to come. But until and unless if we are not ready to work for it, will not be able to achieve or gain the kind of feeling which you want to be gained or felt. Because at the end of the day, it's about the priorities as to what we want to achieve. There's a difference between marketing and branding. I don't know how many knows this, but there's a difference. How many of you have heard this concept called ikigai? That is a concept which you'll understand as to, okay, this is what I offer, this is what the world needs. Does it gonna pay you? So
I can hear you.
this is more to do with your self identity, yourself. This thing as to, okay, this is what I want to do. But many a times people don't know what they want. Either you have to follow, you have to observe, you have to learn things with an open mind, with an open mindset, or at the first place, this is the first question you should ask yourself. What is that I want? And when you are answering this, be very specific. You can be, you can say a lot of things, but being specific is the key. Okay, if your goal is set high, how are you going to manage your stress? Or how are you going to manage your uncertainty? This falls under one category, which is your mindset and your well being. How are you going to create your elevator pitch? Elevator pitch is nothing but if you meet someone in an elevator within 60 seconds to a minute, how are you going to tell about yourself and tell about your brand as to what you do? How are you going to pitching? Go and pitch for your sales. There are a lot of questions which you can ask yourself. Where you need to put your business up, in which all websites you need to put your business up. There are different type of coaches today in the market. There are different type of coaches. Some, specialize in one particular segment. But I would say first you need to keep your, goals crystal clear so that people just don't get confused. First, we need to decide as to do you want to be a leader or do you want to be a follower. Sometimes you have to take the road untaken, the road not taken. Might be. That might be the case. How are you going to structure it? What is your, what is that? What does that day look like for you? Or what differentiates from other startup owners? I'll tell you, if you go back to this famous brands or famous companies today, they all must have started from somewhere thinking, okay, this is my vision and mission. As simple as that, selecting your brand colors, how weekly, how many posting you want to give in the social media, what are the weekly things you want to do as a person. See, when you take up startups or your business or anything if you take up, there are various different verticals, there are various different factors which has to be looked upon. What are the certain things which you're going to give it to another party that they'll take care of, like say social media marketing, and another party takes care of it. Might be the case. We never know. First, as to what you want and how you want to take it forward. Outsource. Say, giving it to a digital marketing company or giving, to hire for hiring, you're going to give it to an agency. What is that? See, you can take inspiration, you can take motivation, you can take different things from different people. But at the end of the day, only what you do out of your mind and heart gives you that happiness. Just because, say for example, I just keep doing as same thing as Victor does, might not give me the happiness. That might not be my purpose. But understanding what is my purpose, what is that I want to do as an individual, it differs. Yes, Victor is doing the same personality development thing, but he calls on speakers from different, all over from the globe. He invites speakers, he does sessions. That's his way of contributing back to the society. Maybe he's creating future public speakers or TEDx speakers. Might be. But we'll be doing the same thing, but in different manners. So first thing is that you have to understand what is that you want to do. Just because your colleague or your friend is starting up a startup company doesn't mean that you'll have to also do. I'm not discouraging you here. Is it your this thing that you want to do? Because there'll be months where there'll be no income. There will be months where there'll be a lot of income for you. What think of the big picture, but take one step at a time. But you need to have, but if the goal is clearly defined, all these things will get answered in the side. Through the session, I would just this I'm just keeping this as a very short session, is because if anyone needs clarity, or if anyone wants to create that blueprint, connect with me or either connect with Victor. He'll guide you to connect with me, or you can just comment on this this session as to that you want to connect with me or something. I'll guide you from there, because coaching is not like training. It's two different segments and it's two different methodologies which we use. So ideally I would say either connect with me on a one-on-one front, or comment down your questions, or whatever is your thought. We will take it from there. But first thing, have clarity in your own mind. That's where it starts. If anyone is watching this, do you have any questions? Any questions from the audience? Okay, if no questions, this is something which I would urge you to do. First, sit down with yourself in a peace and calmful area. Write down as to what you want. It's the first thing I would ask everyone to do it. And then we will take it from there on a one-on-one call, or you please leave us a comment down below as to, okay, this is a topic, this is a session which I want. I'll plan it accordingly. Okay? Victor, are you there? Victor, do you have any questions, or you want to ask me something? So, you know, I don't know. I think Victor is having issues with his network. See, so this is a short and a very short session which I have planned because coaching is something where we have to sit on a one-on-one basis and understand it. So that is there because I think I've covered most of the basics of it. I've covered, but the rest has to be taken over a call or on a one-on-one conversation so that it's easier because different people need different things. So that's the easier way to do that. So thank you everyone. This was a very short session from my end. Thank you. Hi. Do you have any
Hello.
questions, Victor?
Uh, well, I will ask the questions when we get to the Q&A aspect. But once more, thank you so much for talking on the topic. We sincerely appreciate you for your time, and I do
See,
apologize for the
because this is a
network
topic.
issue.
This topic is a like a thing where majorly it is best answered if you have any specific questions because coaching is not like training. It's a different methodology altogether.
True, true, true. Definitely, there will be questions. There are questions lined up already. So immediately after the program, we'll ask questions, Q&A session. All right. So thank you so much for your time. I do apologize for the network issues from my end,
No
but
problem. No
I
problem.
do I do hope that it will be better now. Okay. So today the topic is steps in coaching for startups, and while listening to your aspect, you talked on purpose that we have to know the reason why we want to be coaches, like what's the problem we're trying to solve. So that is one major thing that we as coaches need to know. That we need to know why should I enter? Why should I become a coach? What am I doing? What's the problem I'm trying to solve? So that aspect is niche discovery. And what's niche discovery all about? Niche discovery is trying to know the part that you said not everyone can do what Victor is doing. Not everyone can do what Dharshani is doing. Not everyone can do what Oliver is doing. Neither does everyone do what Gilroy, Michael is doing. So everyone is doing different things, but we all try to see how we can solve a particular problem. So you should know what your problem, what your environment needs at that moment. You should take my environment need at that moment. What does okay? For example, you take your time to survey. You go around or you ask questions. You ask some people questions. What are the things? What are the kind of things you need? What are the kind of answers you need? So you should be able to know. There's a particular video I watched, and this man said he said you should work. You should know what happens and make sure you liken it to a starving environment. Now, a starving environment is an environment that actually has a need. It has a very large need. Like in this environment, without you solving this problem, people will be in darkness. People will be in darkness. So it means people need what you offer. But if you've decided that people do not have people may not love me, people may not value what I offer, people may not do this, people may not do that, and maybe you end up giving up on what you have in mind. At the end of the day, you are the one that will be losing. So as a coach, the first thing is to know if that need you have or that problem you are solving can be likened to a starving environment. And you have to know, okay, after you have discovered that the environment is starving, you need to know what is that problem that environment needs to be solved. That is the aspect, and that aspect is your niche. You see how you can carve out a niche from that place, how you can discover the problems people need to solve, and how you can provide solutions to these problems. So this one now becomes my niche, and I now be the master of that niche. I don't need to be everywhere. A particular niche, or that Teresa, you can't be the leader of you can't be the leader of Nigeria. You can't be the leader of Nigeria and also be the leader of America and also be the leader of London and also be the leader in all countries. You have to be master in your country first before you go to another country. Hello, Dharshani, can you hear me? Okay, so like the person
Yes,
said, you
I'm
cannot be
listening.
Mother Teresa. He gave me the advice and I listened. He said, you cannot be Mother Teresa. You have to devise a method that you can use to reach out to people. That means you have to be a master of one particular area. If you are good in this area, people will know you for this area and you will be very much recognized in that area. But when you decide to be everywhere, you won't even know the problems you are trying to solve. You will just be trying to be here, trying to be there. No. So you should be able to know, okay, as a coach, I want to be a coach. If I'm going to be a life coach, if I'm going to be maybe a coach related to self-esteem, if I'm going to be related to business, if I'm going to be related to leadership, I should be able to know fits the people that I'm solving this problem, the people's problem for. Then also I need to at least get some form of learning. I need to get some form of education. I should at least get experience in that particular area. Because for me to say I want to be a coach, I want to solve a particular problem, I should have passion for it. I should have passion for it. I should have ideas about it. I should have learned certain things about it. You don't expect somebody to just jump and just start doing something that he does not have idea about. So the first thing is you need to have idea about it, have passion about it. This is the area of my passion. This is the area of my passion, area of my purpose. If I do not have passion in that particular area, it will be a very huge problem, it will be a very huge there will be a very huge challenge in that area. So there should be passion. There should be passion in that particular area. So like I said, the first thing is to discover your niche. The second thing is to focus it on your passion. Find the area of your passion. That's important. Then liking it to your purpose. Liking it to purpose. That's very major thing that you need to know. So if you do not liken it to passion, there will be a very huge challenge. So find what you love doing, right? Then the third part I would also love to talk about is practice and repetition. Practice and repetition. What happens when you just decide to start something? What happens is you've decided I want to do this thing. I decided I want to do this particular thing. But when you decide to practice it consistently, you begin to do well in it. But when you look at it that okay, this thing I don't have opportunities, I don't have ideas in it. People do not support that particular area. There is already a very huge challenge. So the first thing is I know what I want to do. I already know that the market is starving, is madly in need of this thing. So if I know that the market is right, the market is saturated, the market is not saturated, I should also make sure that I have passion for that particular thing. Passion is very, very much important. Passion makes me to even at night, I'm still thinking of ideas in that particular area. I'm brainstorming, I'm thinking of how can I help people, how can I do this, how can I do that. When I have no passion, it's as if I'm being forced to. It's as if I'm being forced to do it. So passion is very much important. Then also the next thing, like I said, practice and repetition. What happens when you start something? Like I said before, when you start something, you want to start speaking. You create an environment where you want to start talking to people. What happens is sometimes you may be like, you are saying certain words like you are not fluent enough, you are not speaking very well. People are just like, why? Why is it sounding this way? Why is it, people feel you are the best person for the job. That's why they chose you to convey that message. But when you decide to start saying I'm thinking, you are stammering, you are like not confident and all that. Confidence is your trademark. Confidence is your trademark. As far as you are giving an audience, you need to try to be confident. And this confidence comes from repetition. You constantly try to repeat those things that you have on your mind. Like, for example, you have a topic, you're giving a topic on maybe you're giving a topic on something. You take your time, you create your document, or you create a write-up, maybe your manuscript. You get your manuscript, you see how you can constantly practice it, maybe practice it to your mirror, you practice it to yourself. Even for to my own extent, I do this even in my university level. What happens is I make sure I record. I take my phone, I make sure I record what I have, what I want to talk about. I record it. It's as if I'm speaking to myself. After recording it, I take some time, I play this thing consistently. Maybe I play it like 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I begin to get used to it. That is already a way. It's a way to repeat something. Maybe you may not be so good at repeating it regularly and all that. You can just try your best to record it to your phone. You listen to it regularly. Before you know, you get so used to what you want to say. Or possibly you can just memorize what's in your notes. Try to say it in a confident way. Try to say it, just say it without having your notes, because most people don't even like uh, people speaking with their notes. They love seeing you speak confidently, boldly, without a note. So you need to constantly rehearse, read again, go through, and get used to what you are doing. The reason why you get used to what you are doing is because you are already passionate in that, something you are into. But when you are not passionate about that area, you find it difficult to even say things on it because you have no idea about it. So that is another thing. You need to see how you can practice, rehearse, and all that. It's very much important. That's one another major thing. So you need to practice, try to practice, memorize, get used to
Yes.
the point, to get used to the point. It's very much important. But most of us just want to rush. Just want to rush. You just want to, say whatever I want to say. But we have to practice it, regularly say it, right? And also so another thing. Okay, Dashani, I muted your mic. It's kind of causing a kind of interruption here. But whenever you want to speak, you can just unmute it. You understand? Hope you understand. Okay, so like I said, you do not need to be, you to constantly repeat your words, repeat them, get used to them, go to the audience, speak out with confidence, and you do excellently well. So repetition is very much important. Don't start saying all this comes because you are not used to whatsoever you want to speak on. But if indeed you have immersed yourself in the materials, in what you want to say, they don't even need to use a PowerPoint slides. Don't need to use this. Don't need to use that. One major thing is a lot of people, or there's this video I watched as well, and this video said that this particular company prefers people to speak from a point of interest, a point of passion, than to speak with a PowerPoint slide. You see, some people, when they are presenting PowerPoint slides, they look at people's attention and get to the PowerPoint slides. And you see that they even burden the PowerPoint slide with so much information that the people cannot even cognitively get what that PowerPoint slide is all. But what people actually need to listen to is you. So how well have you built yourself so that people can listen to you instead of looking at that PowerPoint slide with so much information? That is just a major point. So yeah, you can present yourself well towards people. So that is another practitioner for which you don't need to be perfect. All you just need to do very well. You don't need to be 100% perfect to stick to progress beats perfection. Progress beats perfection. Progress beats perfection. So take note, beats perfection. If you do not progress, there is already a you can constantly progress whatsoever you are doing. Do not just fold your arms and expect opportunities to come. You need to constantly progress in that particular area. Then another thing that can help you as an intending coach is to see how you work on good communication. You see how you can work on good communication. Now, a lot of people don't even know how to communicate effectively. Now you are giving an audience. what actually happens is maybe a group of persons invited you to be their speaker. Most of us just, we decide, but we do not even know how our audience are feeling. We don't even know whether they need certain way to first of all make them focus on. But most of us just, we just speak and we just leave. So we should see how we can make impact with whatsoever we are saying. The first thing that we need to have is good skills. Good communication skills is very much important. Okay, like I said, you need to have good communication skills. It's very much important because if you do not communicate well, it will lead to a very huge problem, right? Because the reason why I said so is most people just, feel that you just get the audience, just do whatever you want to do, just finish up and leave. No, like I said, you don't need to finish up and leave. The first thing, eye contact. Can you really look into their eyes and talk to them? Can you really look into their eyes and ask them questions or know the problems they are facing? At some point in time, at the beginning, okay, at the beginning, Dharshani, I'm with you. All right, okay. So at the beginning, one major thing is you need to ask a question. How do you feel about this or that? You understand? The first question is how do you feel about this or that? You can ask them to know the problems they are facing. So when you ask them this question, they already have a level of understanding, like they just have that interest, because the question you are going to ask should be something that can interest them, something that will make them even focus on it. That can be you're asking them the problem they are having, and you are trying to tell them that I'm the master of that problem, that I can solve that problem. So that's one thing. So you confidently tell them that I am the master of this problem. I am trying to solve this problem. So give me your full attention. People just are so happy to see something that this person is experiencing a particular thing. But most of us are scared, can't look into their eyes, we can't tell them, can't speak confidently. Said before, some of us are stammering, us are, we are shy, we're not good enough, we are looking above their heads, that. Speak confidently. When you speak confidently, the more you do very well. Or when you decide to not speak confidently, then also try to understand that there are two types of communication. We have the verbal and the non-verbal. Non-verbal communication. We have the verbal. The verbal is you are speaking, there are sort of things. The non-verbal is the mannerisms, how your face is positioned, how you smile, how you eye contact, the way you position your hands, the way you walk. All these things matter a lot. So your verbal should match your non-verbal. So if I'm saying you look good today, I should smile, right? So if I'm saying this or that, at least I should sincerely show it. That's one thing. So I should sincerely show it, and that is why I said your verbal should match uh your non-verbal. Your verbal should match your non-verbal. This will actually help in a lot. Communicate well and ensure that the verbal communication matches the non communication. That would actually help you. So as a coach, you need to see how you work on yourself. That's the the first point. Like I said, niche discovery. Discover your niche. Know the part that you are good at. The second point is focus on the area of your passions. Next part, like I said, is and repetition. Ensure you constantly repeat those things and get used to the points that you have. And that is another point. Then another point I'll also share is, you know, the major thing is we have decided to start something. We decided to start solving problems. It's easy to start, but it is difficult to be consistent. To see how we are consistent. I have a lot of persons. I've reached out to some persons, or I have certain persons with, maybe a mentor. And one major problem they have is consistency. They are saying, how can I be showing up all the time? How can I help? How can I constantly speak? Can I be constantly getting ideas? How can I be brainstorming for problems? How can I write my manuscript? You how can I be showing up? Okay, how can I say okay, and I have ideas, great ideas by 3 p.m. Can I show up? How can I continue having guests? How can I continue having guests? Another question. People are just asking these questions. People are like, it's kind of difficult for me to just say whatsoever I want to say. Okay, I have so many things, I've written them down to say all of them. But then for me to say them now, I don't really have that, that zeal and passion and idea to do these things. But one thing I will just tell anybody watching me right now is you don't need to be scared. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be scared. The thing is to take your phone or take your laptop, face the camera, have idea about what you want to say and speak. If you can do that first time, I know you will be scared at first, but when you do it repeatedly, you begin to do well. But most of it, one spirit will enter saying it, will just be doing it and all that. Easy. But one thing is you have to pick that phone, pick up that laptop or anything and start speaking. If that is your passion, pick it up and start doing whatsoever is on your mind, and you do it. Do not wait for someone to be motivating you. It's your thing, right? It's your work. It's something that you have passion about. So nobody needs to tell you to do it. Nobody needs to tell you to do that. Just pick it up and do it. And definitely with time, you do well. And one other thing that happens to our brain is when we set challenges for ourselves, begin to always work toward that challenge. So let's set challenge, for example, you set a challenge that by 3 p.m. every day, I'm going to be good. What happens is every 3 p.m., before 3 p.m., by 2 p.m., I fixed my mind towards ensuring that 1 p.m. I'm going to. So I consistency, I have decided that this thing, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my all into it. I'm going to ensure that I do it. That means you have made up your mind that you always want it to come and start motivating you, telling you that you should do this, you should do that. That's the first thing. So try to be consistent. You have said you want to do it. You need to do it. But another thing is you also need, I always give people this advice. You also need an accountability partner. Yes, you want to be consistent, but at some point in time, you may get demotivated. You may lose motivation because there was a time. The first day I decided to go live. Okay, go live, like just use the live application to try it out and all that. The result was not good because I was speaking, my teammates were not hearing me. Okay, so I was the only one. I've not added them to be guests. So I was just speaking, and one of my teammates just said, Victor, what's the issue? I said, the issue is this is the problem, I'm going through, and it's not working out for me, difficult for me. And she said, okay, Victor, I'll help you out. Let me just try it out. She just came, checked her laptop, checked her phone, was trying, asking go trying it and doing this. And one day she just, that same, let's say about 1 hour later, we were still waiting. I was still waiting. All the team members who left, they were still waiting. Then she found the solution, a message, and said, Victor, let's try again. Click this particular. And then I went there, I clicked on it, and it worked out. And we said that by 7, we started by 8:30. Yes, we started by 30, and we had over 100 persons. 100 persons watched the live. It is, if you have decided you want to do something and you have an accountability partner that is there to motivate you or tell you that we should keep trying, what happens is your mind, you are not ready to give up. You are always focused to achieve your goal. So that is another point. Another person that can help you, like I said, is an accountability partner. Do you have an accountability partner? Most people do not have. So you need to have someone that can constantly guide you on the path to get there. If you don't have somebody that is going to serve as an accountability partner for your goal, there will be a very huge problem, very huge challenge. That is another point. So you need somebody. Who is that person? Who is that person? Another point that I'm going to still add this point, this major point. You call someone your mentor, but does the person see you as a mentee? Think about it. Sometimes you feel this person is my mentor, this person is the person I look up to in this particular area. But can you ask the person questions? You go to the person's WhatsApp or you go to the person's phone number, you send the person a message, the person responds. Another thing. So you know the kind of people you look up to when you are to become a coach. You know the kind of people that can actually have time to respond to your pain points. So it's ready to mentor the way problem. You see someone that is actually good in that particular area that you feel is about the money. I don't have the money to pay him. Is somehow is this is that. You know, think about how much you are going to invest in yourself. You want to invest in other people. You also have to invest in yourself. Another thing, you have to invest in yourself, invest in other before you can invest in other. So take some time. Okay, I want to speak to pinpoints. I want to do this, but I also have to invest in myself. I have to be there's a way to say it. I have to have so much things to give out to others. So an empty vessel cannot give anything. You have to fill yourself with so much information that you can immerse in other people. So there are a lot of things. If it's trainings you need to attend, you need to attend. You need to attend trainings. If it is conversations, good conversations, you need to ensure you engage in good conversations. If it is when it comes to conferences, you also need to ensure you attend conferences. If it is going live, if it is reading books, if it is creating a community where you can actually engage with people, this can also help. You understand? But everything starts from the mindset. It starts from the mind that this is what I want to do. So if it is what you want to do, you definitely need so much help to get you to where you want to be. Another point, another thing, you have decided go into whatsoever that you want to be a speaker, you want to coach effectively, you want to build people. You also need to ensure that you do not stay in one position forever. That is growth. You need to grow. You started in 2024 this way. You started with making normal videos, doing what you want to do, doing this, doing that. In 2025, I believe you should be doing well. You should be trying, you should be upgrading, solving new problems. You should be improving in how you are doing things. So maybe you did not have a good phone, maybe you do not have a ring light, maybe you do not have a microphone, maybe you don't have a laptop, maybe you do not have a good background. So at least I believe by now you should be trying to improve on those things. So those things, I believe you should be trying to do that. Maybe at some point in time you connect with your audience. As at now, let's say you are improving, you should be seeing how you can audience, how you can reach and get the contact, get in touch with your audience. Another major thing. So a coach would not stay in one particular place. He needs to constantly be improving, and this would actually open him to a greater audience. But most of us just feel, this is the way I've been doing it since. Let me continue. You are constantly thinking of how to solve the problem. There's something I was discussing with someone, and he said, it's a great idea. Okay, people speak, people maybe speak pidgin English in Nigeria. There are different types of English. You have normal English, good English, and there's pidgin English, which the natives in Nigeria speak pidgin English. So some people speak Igbo, some people speak Yoruba, speak different languages. If you are in an environment, okay, yes, we'll be rounding up very soon. So okay, thank you. So one major thing, another thing that I will also share is people speak different languages, speak different things, and we have to see how we can work with their language. So if people speak Yoruba and you want to communicate with them, would you speak English? No, you won't. You will speak Yoruba. If people speak pidgin English to communicate with them, you speak language, which is what pidgin English. So you need to ensure solve the problems in the way that will match the audience. And that is another major problem. The problem in a way that it matches the audience. So these are a lot of points that can help you to become a better coach, you need to dress well, dress very well, position yourself well. You need to be confident, work on your confidence. You need to read good books. You need to ensure you get. You need to ensure that you solve people's problems. You do well. You improve. You are constantly improving. You are constantly growing. All this will help you to do effectively well. So I do appreciate every one of you that joined us today in our youth development show. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Dharshani, for being with us. Appreciate you all. So we've come towards the end of this show. So we'll be moving on to our question and answer segment. Before we get there, I would love us to go for a quick break. So we'll be going for a very quick break while we listen to Future Setters Institute audio play.
Welcome to Future Setters Institute, where we believe in empowering individuals impact in the world. Whether you are a student, a young professional, a coach, or a leader, this is your platform for growth, collaboration, and transformation. At Future Setters Institute, our mission is clear. We empower young minds to reach their full potential, provide mentorship, training, and opportunities for personal and professional development. We foster a strong support system because no one should feel alone on their journey. Our vision is to become a renowned training institute for leaders, a certified training and certification hub, and a trusted resource for individuals and families across Nigeria and Africa. What sets us apart? Accessibility. Our coaches and mentors are always within reach. Trust, efficiency, and professionalism. We are dedicated to excellence. Collaboration, bringing together professionals from all fields to inspire change. Growth and innovation, staying ahead and adapting to the world's evolving needs. People-centric approach, you are at the heart of everything we do. We care about you and we are ready to shaping everything we do in line with what you need. Join our community on Facebook and connect with like-minded individuals. Participate in our programs, mentorship sessions, and challenges. Follow us on our social media and stay updated on life-changing opportunities. Share your journey and engage with others to build a strong network of future setters. Let us grow together. The future belongs to those who prepare for it. Are you ready to take the next step? Join us today and become part of something greater. You need to become a future setter. Future setter. Future setter. God bless you.
Victor,
Okay,
are these questions from LinkedIn?
for being with us. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. We do appreciate you all. So we're moving on to the Q&A session. So we'll be asking the questions, and also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section. If you have questions that are worrying you, are bothering you, if you have questions, feel free to ask them. The first question says, how can I stay motivated in a competitive coaching world? How can I stay motivated in a competitive coaching world?
Okay. First thing is consistency. Even if you have work, even if you don't have clients, you need to keep doing what you need to keep doing. But believing that you know what you're doing. See, it's not about motivation here, but it's a more of consistency and discipline what you maintain. And unlearning, relearning the process. Or if anything needs to be done in that segment. So what I would suggest, whoever is watching this later, connect with me on my LinkedIn handle. You can, Victor, if you can share my LinkedIn
Sure,
on the scroll, it will be
I'll
good.
share it in the comment section. I'll share
Okay,
it in.
You can, you can DM me on my LinkedIn or post it under the comments. What I'll do is I will give a crisp answer as well as you can connect with me on a one-on-one front. Because, as I said in the beginning, different people will have different need. So it's moreover to addressing what they want is my uniqueness. So I just don't want to give vague answers. Yeah, I keep commenting under Victor's post every time. Please come and connect with me. We'll take it from there.
Definitely.
But my only one takeaway is consistency, discipline is key to any success.
That's true. That's true. Thank you so much, Dashani. Okay, so my own perspective, as
Thank
you
you,
said,
dear. Thank you.
consistency. As you said, consistency is a very valid ingredient to success as a coach in a competitive world. But another thing is you have to see how you have to know what you stand for. You have to know your unique selling point. So what is that particular thing that I can do that makes me better than my competitors? That is, I need to study my competitors, know where they are lacking, and also see how I can work effectively in the past they are lacking so that I can do better than them. Maybe there are certain things they are not doing well. Maybe I need to see how I can I just need to focus my attention on my target audience, build myself, build the people I'm working with. Then that would actually in turn build me because it will push me to a greater world. And also, I need to also see how I can work for recommendation. I need to see how I can work for recommendation because I am not working for now, I'm working for the future. So whosoever I am building today, I should not care about the results for now. I should care about the results, exponential results that may come up in the future. So I need to see how I can effectively give them the best service they need. That is just making sure that I give them the best service they need. Once more, thank you so much, Dashani. Okay, so the next question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next question says, what are some improved ways to coach effectively?
Okay, requesting viewers, please, it's better to put a DM or I'll answer these questions. Victor, you just send me these questions. I'll get answered it on the comments. It's pouring down rains here very badly. I'm losing network.
Okay. There's no problem. There's no problem. Okay.
Who has posted this question? Victor?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, who has posted this question? What are some improved ways to coach effectively?
Yeah, it's a question that we got from over here. It's a question.
Okay, I will share you that answer. You just send me that question on my WhatsApp. I'll put it as an audio text. I'm losing the network.
Okay. No problem. No problem. All right. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
okay. Okay. So the last part, you can just respond to this. You can just give us in 1 minute an advice for the young people that are watching you so we can wrap up. Just give a 1 minute advice for the people watching. Then we'll wrap up.
Okay, 1 minute advice. Only one thing I would say, you are you. No one else can be you. Or for example, no one can be Victor or no one can be Dharshani. It's you always. But believe in yourself. Even if you don't believe in yourself, believe me, or believe in your whoever you believe in them, but belief in yourself will change a lot of things. That's only one thing what I'll tell you.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dashani. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. Shout out to the following persons. Shout out to
Thank you. Thank you.
us. Okay. Shout out Noel. Shout out to Longthink Enterprise Tiga. Shout out to Gilroy Michael. Shout out to Jamila Tumar. Shout out to Ainodion Victoria. Shout out to Gomi Amorigoye. Do appreciate you all for your support thus far. To everyone that joined us on this live, do well to join us by 3 p.m. next week, Sunday, where we are going to be interacting on something very much important, And I believe it's going to be on time management, where we are going to be having Miss Iniola. She's going to be talking to us on time management, how we can effectively manage our time. A lot of people don't even know how to manage their time because it's a very huge challenge to young people. So feel free to be with us by 3 p.m. 3 p.m. West African time next Sunday, where we're going to be interacting on the topic. Once more, thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. Thank you so much, Dharshani.